038 So now let's talk about something very important, something key, and of course it's about a forum that is about to happen in Ghana. It's the Africa Forum on Displacement Private Sector Solutions, and of course I can't have joined by the two amazing guests. First and foremost, Nancy Aburi, who is a Chief of Private Sector Partnerships for Africa for UNHCR. How are you doing, Nancy?
Very well, Muli. It's such a pleasure to join you today.
It is an honor to have you on the show. And of course, I've got Meshsack Mololo, who is UNHCR Kenya Livelihood and Economic Inclusion Officer. How are you doing, Mr. Meshsack?
I'm fine, thank you. It's a pleasure to meet you today.
Karibu sana to the show. Now, let me begin with you, Nancy. Why is this forum being organized and what is the motivation behind it?
The motivation is quite simple. We have currently more than 100 million people displaced across the globe.
Yes.
44 million of those are in Africa. 40% of that are children. And if we come closer home to Kenya, 68% of those displaced are under the age of 17. 83% of them are women and children.
Whoa.
So we feel this is the motivation behind trying to convene people of goodwill from the private sector who have a lot to contribute to the discussion and to bring forward ideas and solutions to the displacement crisis that we face across our continent.
All right, absolutely. Meshsack, she mentioned some stats and I want you to delve deep into some of these stats. How bad is it?
Maybe just to give a context of Kenya and the refugee and asylum seekers population.
Okay.
So we're currently hosting around 636,024 persons who are both refugees and asylum seekers in Kenya.
Okay.
And we have three contexts. We have urban refugees and also refugees domiciled in the camp areas, that is in Dadaab and Kakuma. And in these specific camp areas, we have in each of the two camps over 200,000 in each camp, while in urban we are nearing almost 100,000 refugees.
Okay, thank you so much for that. Now back to you, Nancy. Why should we have the Africa private sector and why should we be part of this discussion?
First of all, because this crisis and these numbers that Meshsack has just talked to,
yes,
the solutions cannot come from humanitarian aid alone. So we, development actors, UN agencies, and all our partners, we also need the private sector as a partner. We need individuals. We need to take a whole of society approach to be able to address this problem.
Yes.
So we are convening the Africa private sector because we believe that the private sector of all sizes, from SMEs to the multinationals to regional companies, have something to contribute to the solutions. And when we see the growing entrepreneurship on our continent, when we see how our countries are developing, but at the same time also some of the crises that we are facing, we recognize that the private sector have a role to play in maintaining the social and economic fabric of our societies. So this for us is an invitation to the private sector of all sizes, of in all shapes and forms, from different sectors, to come together and help us see how we can help our brothers and sisters on the continent who are displaced.
All right, interesting. It's going down on the 1st to 3rd of November this year in Accra, Ghana. I don't know if you would mind me asking this question. Why are you going to Ghana?
This is actually our second forum on the continent.
Edition, all right, yes.
The first one took place in 2021, and it was in Kigali.
Okay.
So we kind of started in Eastern Africa.
East Africa, so you're going to West Africa, yes?
And we had a big contingent from West Africa, and they said, hey, we care about this conversation too. Okay. So we feel this is why we wanted to bring it to Accra, to Ghana this year. It's for our second forum. But Ghana also has a special role in the global discourse on displacement from this continent, historically speaking. So we believe that it's also a great location. It's a Pan-African event, however, so we are welcoming the private sector from all over Africa, from South Africa to the Horn, to the north, and all the way to West Africa as well.
All right, I love it. Let me ask you this question, Meshsack, and of course you interact a lot with the numbers, with the details. You've just read out the situation in the country. How optimistic or how confident are you that this second edition is going to, sort of like bring a change to the situation at hand?
Optimistic in that this second opportunity will bring more stakeholders on board, which is basically aligning to our global compact on refugees, having more stakeholders will result in impactful solutions for refugees.
Okay, all right. So we jump into some Juma Jokes Diamond Platinums with Enjoy, which by the way is Nancy's request. Yes, I'm very sure she's going to enjoy this. And of course, if you have any questions on this forum, 0719 038 963 is the number. We're going to be delving deep into this in a bit as you enjoy this one. And of course, stand by for Rockabye. This is by Clean Bandit, Sean Paul, and Anne Marie. A Nation of MKU on X, that's where you can find us. I don't know if you have social media where we can also get to learn more and interact. Nancy, you can tell us about that.
Yes, yes, we do. And I will share it with you in a minute. On Instagram, you can find us at Africa Forum on Displacement. On Twitter, we are at Africa Forum 2023. And website, for those of you that are still using websites like I do, we are on amahorocoalition.com/AFD-forum 2023. If you just Google Africa Forum on Displacement, I think you will find us there.
Easy peasy. All right, we